I thought it was easier to reply with a video as to how I found out. Long story short, if I hadn't have had COVID, then I don't think I would have ever found out I had the cancer, to be honest. I have other autoimmune diseases which make me have severe fatigue, pains in my body. So that wasn't anything out of ordinary. I was just, those for me were the norms. But what happened was in November 2021, my partner at the time became positive with COVID. I didn't have any symptoms. And it was the Saturday he went for the when you could go for the test, he went for the test and it was positive. So the Sunday evening, I was getting ready for bed and noticed this lump under my armpit that wasn't there in the morning. I was like, oh, that's a bit strange. Obviously go straight on Google and go, my lymph nodes in my, lump in my armpit. And it was like, obviously your body's got an infection of some sort. So I was like, oh, I've obviously got COVID. But rang the doctors first thing on the Monday morning, went in, had 2 doctors check my breast. I always used to check my breast. There was no lumps, but they said, we'll send you for a scan. Went for a scan. Well, I went the next day to check whether I had COVID, and I did, with no symptoms whatsoever. But then my smell and my taste went after about a week. But I didn't feel fluey or anything like that. I wouldn't have known. So I think my body was overwhelmed with the cancer and then having COVID, that the lymph nodes, that's why it blew up. I wouldn't have checked anything else if I hadn't have done that. Went for the scan on the 15th of December and the man was like, not too worried about it because you've had COVID. We've had lots of people coming in. So I wasn't too worried. Went through Christmas. They said if they'd book another one for 4 to 6 weeks, but if it went, obviously to cancel it. It didn't go. I had other things happen. I got made redundant in the first week back in January, and then my auntie died suddenly the middle of January. And then I realised I was in such a state. I was like, I haven't had anything through from the hospital. So I rang them and they were like, sorry, we can't, there aren't any appointments now until February. So I went in on February, saw the same radiographer, and he was like, oh, I don't like that. I'm going to do a biopsy straight away. So took 5 biopsies from it, which was quite horrendous because I'd gone on my own. It was very painful, and I was in a state, obviously, because my auntie just died and I was not really with it. And then that was on a Wednesday, and on a Monday I had a phone call to say, yeah, it's bad. My doctor phoned me and told me that I had cancer and it was bad and it spread. So I was like, ah. So yeah, without COVID,